Imagine a boy standing at a busy train station, not as a traveler, not as a student, but as a bookseller. Every day he shouted to sell books, while secretly dreaming to write one himself. But his hunger for knowledge turned him from a station bookseller into a celebrated author. This is not just a story, it's a lesson that no matter where you start, you can rewrite your destiny. The boy who sold books at the station became an author. The train station was always crowded. People rushing, trains whistling, vendors shouting. Among the chaos stood a young boy named Samir, holding a stack of books in his small hands. He wasn't there to travel, but to survive. At just 12 years old, Samir had left school. His family couldn't afford the fees, so he had no choice but to work with his father, selling newspapers, magazines and second-hand novels at the station. But unlike others, Samir had a secret dream. Each time he sold a book, he felt an urge, not just to sell, but to read and write one of his own someday. While others treated the station as a place of chaos, Samir treated it as his classroom. In the day, he sold books. At night, he read them. Sometimes the books were torn, sometimes incomplete, but for him, every word was gold. He read novels, short stories, history, anything he could get his hands on. He started writing them down on old pieces of paper. His handwriting was shaky, his words simple, but his stories had truth. One day, while Samir was scribbling notes in his notebook, a passenger buying a book noticed him. Curious, the man asked, "What are you writing, boy?" Samir hesitated but replied softly, "Just a story." The man was surprised to see depth in those lines. He wasn't an ordinary passenger. He was a local journalist. He took Samir's notes with him and promised to show them to his editor. Weeks later, Samir's first short story was published in a newspaper. The headline read, "A bookseller at the station with the pen of a storyteller." For the first time, Samir felt his dream wasn't foolish. But one published story didn't change his life overnight. Poverty was still there. Selling books was still his duty. Many times he thought of giving up, but his passion wouldn't let him. He started writing more, every single day. He wrote about struggles, about hope, about dreams that were bigger than life. Some stories got published in small magazines. Slowly, his name started appearing here and there. Passengers at the station started recognizing him, not just as a seller, but as a writer. Publishing a book was a dream far away because money was always short. But Samir saved a little from his daily earnings, cutting down on everything unnecessary. After years of sacrifice, he finally managed to publish his first book. The title was Life on the Tracks, a collection of short stories inspired by the train station, by the people he saw every day. The book wasn't just paper and ink. It was his life, his struggles, and his victory. When it got released, local newspapers highlighted his journey, from a station bookseller to a published author. The book slowly gained popularity. Readers connected with the raw emotions in his words. They said he doesn't write fiction, he writes life. More opportunities came. Samir wrote more books, each one reflecting the struggles of ordinary people. From being ignored at the station, he now became someone whose books were displayed in the same stalls where he once stood selling others' works. The boy who once begged passengers to buy books was now giving them autographs. No dream is too big. It doesn't matter where you start. What matters is how strongly you chase your vision. Knowledge changes lives. Books are not just to sell. They are to learn, to grow, and to transform. Hardship is not the end. It's the fuel that can push you to create your destiny.